listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast. I am your host, Michael Luke, joined by Jason Shear. We have the prodigious Kevin Thomas. We have a lot to get to this show. We are going to talk about Arizona. We're going to talk about Arizona. We're going to talk about Arizona football, Arizona basketball. But first, every now and then, Shear, it's nice when some people, I think, start to come to the realization that every now and then we get a little bit of I think we're right about something. We have been saying from day one, all these years, that when Arizona fans were like, oh, I hate Antonio Pierce. He never mentions U of A when he's on Monday Night Football. And we said, listen, this could very much be chess, not checkers. We have said this from day one. Antonio Pierce, world-class mole, sent by the U of A to destroy the Arizona State Athletic Department and then leave. Now, here's a headline coming out of the Valley. Antonio Pierce was a U of A mole the entire time. It's the only explanation. Greg Moore. I'm just saying, Shear, we've been on this from the get-go, and the headline speaks for itself.
Trojan horse Tony. That's what I call Antonio Pierce.
Yep, exactly. And he did his job.
Yeah, did his job, did what we sent him to do. I tweeted yesterday, I'm of the full belief. I don't think Brennan is petty enough to do this. Jed would have been. And the NFL schedule actually allows it. Antonio Pierce should be the honorary captain for the Territorial Cup.
Now, I want to go a step further with this. Is there a chance, should we listen, if this comes out and our initial reportings were true, and again, we want to be claimed, we deserve the credit on this one, nobody else. If our predictions came out to be true, that he was a mole sent by the U of A, I think you have to construct pretty much a statue right next to John Button Salmon. John Button Salmon, Antonio Pierce, they backed the A to the fullest, a little bit differently, but to the same effect.
And I respect Pierce for playing the long game too. The whole ignoring Arizona thing. Yeah. And did you see the video? There's a video on Instagram where like the trend or whatever was to show athletes a picture of when they were younger and have them sign it. Yeah. And Antonio Pierce in that video said "bear down." Yep. I think that was the first time we've heard him say "bear down" in a decade, right?
A decade plus, maybe. So
we know what's going on here.
We know what's going on. And again, we got to give a lot of credit to Antonio Pierce on this one. Again, Antonio, when you come back to Tucson, you will never have to buy yourself a beer, or with the way your travel itinerary works, you'll probably never have to pay for a dance. Get it.
Hey.
Funny.
Where would he go? I wonder where he would go if he had recruits in Tucson.
I don't know. That's a good question. So, all right. Either way, good stuff. Also, hit the like button. June Thomas is not in here yet. The lovely June Thomas not in here saying hit the like button yet. I will do it for her, even though it is technically my job. Okay, now let's get to a lot of Arizona football because I don't know, you got a big game. And let's talk first and foremost about fam Rayshon Speedy Luke. Shear, here's where I'm at. And I put this on the boards, and I don't care what anybody says, they're wrong. Here's where I stand when it comes to players at this stage in the game. And I'm saying this across the board. I believe in this day and age, you have to do what is best for yourself. And here's what I mean by that. Every coach lies. And I'm not putting any coach, even the ones of high integrity. By all accounts, Brennan's a good dude. But from Nick Saban to Brennan to Jed Fish, certainly, they want what's best for their bottom line. I get it. But in this day and age, I think a player also has to do what's best for their bottom line. And because you only get these years back, you only get these years once. I think he made the right decision to sit this year out. I know that they said he might get some more carries going forward. At the end of the day, though, I would have a very hard time if that's my son reconciling it to 2 or 3 carries per game when I could sit out this year and get stronger. That's just kind of where I'm at with this.
Yeah, I mean, I see two sides. I actually see both sides on Speedy's side. I get it. You want to get stronger. You want to ensure that you're going to get more touches. On Arizona's side, it's look, now our running back room is down to 2 people, and we said we're going to get you touches. The one thing is, like we say, Ricino and Speedy, but they're also bringing in Yarbrough. They're also going to bring in one more running back. So there's going to be competition in the room next year as well. Mm-hmm. It's an interesting situation, right? I get it from both perspectives. And the one thing I will say is kind of jokingly, but Speedy better come back to Arizona next year, or else nobody will understand his decision and people will be pissed. But that's here nor there. I get it from both perspectives. I really do.
And honestly, this is also where, when it comes to something like Speedy, and again, this is where I'm talking about with coaches and whatnot. Everybody says, like, on there, like, a guy on the board said that, well, there's no I in team. I get all that. But at the end of the day, and I'm just speaking in generalities here, if you're a player and a coach is telling you before the season, this is going to be your role, and then that's not your role. And then when you go to them and say you're going to redshirt, and they say, well, this is going to be your role, and it's the same role promised before the season, I think as a player, you got to be like, okay, well, I was already told that. And I'm just saying in general. So I get it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm old school a little bit.
Oh, you're old school for sure. For sure.
My
good
whole,
friend. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
My whole theory is, like, if you want more carries, you got to earn it. And I realize there's politics and stuff like that. And I think, Speedy played well last game. And I would have trusted the coaching staff if they say, look, you're going to get more. Now, I get it. Like, what happens if next game he fumbles on the first snap or something bad, or he gets tackled for a loss of 2, and they're like, you know what, never mind. Well, now you just burn your red shirt for 2 carries. So it really is a difficult situation for the kid. And really, we talk about this, Mike, and it's very clear whose fault all of this is.
Jed's.
Right. We're not in a position where we're even having this discussion. And I always go back to Zoe telling me and in that family in the media that basically him redshirting was like a travesty. Like, he should, or not redshirting, sorry, he should have redshirted, no doubt about it. Not even a conversation. You redshirt, you get stronger, and we're not having this conversation right now.
Yep. So again, here's one thing too. This is it. The family, they like Tucson. They don't plan on, I haven't heard anything that they plan on going anywhere. But you know what? I think sometimes you just got to do what's best for yourself. You don't get these years back. So I'm totally okay with that. Now let's get to Arizona and Texas Tech. This is a must win for the Wildcats. A must win. All of us, if you lose this game, and I don't care, I don't care in what manner you lose, you cannot lose this game, because then the Utah game kind of goes away in that. It's kind of null and void. You got to be able to win this game, because then if you win that game, we can legitimately start talking about where does Arizona stand in the Big 12 pecking order.
After an upset, you always want to prove that an upset wasn't an upset. It was expected. And the only way you do that. Yeah, the only way you do that is you win your next game. A lot of times teams will do an upset. You're like, oh, they're back. And then they lose their next game. And that's that, right? Arizona has to win this game. In reality, this game is just as important as the Utah game, right? Because, it makes no difference if you beat Utah and you lose to Texas Tech. You're still 1-1.
Right.
And so to me, was Utah a fluke, or did Arizona really figure some stuff out during the bye week?
Yeah, and I think that's where it's going to be interesting to find out where exactly. Now, I am not of the opinion that it is that is not a fluke. Now, couple things. Somebody that's been harassing me the whole time. Rich Carrillo, stop this. You're commenting on everything on YouTube. It is getting annoying, and then blocking people. You can DM me. Stop annoying me. It's getting very, very annoying, and stop blocking the entire fan base. Okay. I've never seen anything like this. I've never put anything out there before, but there's somebody that has tweeted about me 224 times last month. If I am on your mind that much to 224 times, we got some real issues. So
you're on my mind 24/7, Michael.
But you know what? I am on your mind, but you have not tweeted about me 224 times.
That's true.
So again, just makes you look bad, not me. Okay, now, by the way, Eric L. Day says he doesn't have me blocked, flips hair. Well, that's coming. Again, this is my first stalker I've ever had. I don't know what to say. Okay, now let's talk about some Arizona. 224 seems low. It does kind of, doesn't it? Now let's talk about Arizona with the offense here. The big thing with the offense that I need to be able to see is I need to see real progression. And when I'm saying real progression, we saw some steps in the right direction, certainly in the last game. Kayden Burnett, but I need to get T-Mac back in there. And I don't care what anybody says. And Joseph is about to poke us in the eyes, or poke us both in our 4 eyes. I do not care what anybody says. I am looking for the Jeremiah Patterson breakout game. Boom. It's going to happen. Sorry. And he's going to say TTFN on his way to the end zone. Ta-ta for now.
Yeah, I need the offense to look good and consistently good, not just big plays. And it's something when you look at Arizona's offense has been feast or famine. It's just big plays or nothing. There's no like in between. It's 3 and out or a touchdown type of deal. And they need to be able to fix that. They need more consistency. This is the weekend to get it done. If Arizona executes, they should be able to put up a pretty good amount of points, just the way that Texas Tech defends. Mike, I've said it before, 4 catches, 54 yards, 1 touchdown, Jeremiah Patterson.
All right, T-Burns 826. I love this one. Now, listen, our we can claim victory in a multitude of fronts with Jeremiah Patterson. He's just got to give us something to work with. Patterson, 3 for 11 yards and 2 touchdowns. Book it, red zone target. I agree with that. If he gets 2 touchdowns, all of a sudden he's on T-Mac's heels for being the red zone target on this team.
Yeah, look, if all you do is score touchdowns, that's not a bad thing, guys. Like if you have 2 catches a game and both of them are touchdowns, I don't really care about your yardage. And that's what Jeremiah Patterson does. Efficiency is key.
Okay. Now, Joseph says, I was expecting Tyreek Hill. Well, that's on you. But Spears also, and keep in mind, Spears is a T-Mac denier to the fullest. And Spears even vouched for us on the show the other day. And he said, listen, man, he said, what they're saying is true. He dominated. Nobody from Takario to Stukes to anybody could hang with him. He dominated. So
1/3 of his catches this season are touchdowns. We just need to get him more catches. More catches equals touchdowns.
Agreed. Now, Zona Germany makes a great point. The great Zona Germany. Last year we gave, then this is a fair point. Last year we gave Noah credit for finding all the receivers. Now he seems to just focus on T-Mac, odd development. That's a fair point. I think he's a guy that we've always said if you get open, he's going to get you the ball. I don't know that that's necessarily been the case this year, but I did think it was definitely a step in the right direction with the Kean Burnett tosses.
Look. He's facing a Marcel Yates coach secondary, right? He should be able to spread the love. Just spread the love. And I don't know. I would assume Yates is going to try to bracket T-Mac, but that defense doesn't pass rush. So, like, there's going to be time. If this is the week for Noah to make his reads, like, if he doesn't make his reads, unless T-Mac's going for 300 yards again, but if he doesn't make his reads and multiple receivers I'm a little concerned. I think this is the week. This is the week Montana gets 2 catches.
Oh, wow. So that's, how did Montana have last week? 1?
Yeah, he had that 1 for like 5 yards.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, that was a vintage Montana performance. But again,
I'm strong one though. Strong.
It was. We've got to give Montana a ton of credit there. Now with, but again, I'm standing with the Jeremiah Patterson thing. And here's the thing about it too. Many people were talking about that. It sounded like Trump. Many people. No, I know. That was not a political thing. That was just impersonation. That was all that was. That was all that was. I was being.
Well, next week, Mike will indeed endorse a candidate. So
no, I'm not endorsing a candidate. You know the guy on Twitter that always is asking me to endorse, and he does that with you too.
Yeah, all the time.
And it's been something like, I want to say that I've been asked by this person probably 8 or 9 times that my voice matters and that I need to endorse a candidate.
Yeah.
Guess what? My voice doesn't matter. There is not one person out there that is going to say, man, I'm really on the fence on this candidate. I wonder what Mike Luke thinks.
Eduardo for president. That's what Mike Luke thinks.
Where's Ted Wardo? Oh man, I gotta talk about Ted Wardo later. He's driving me up a wall. But anyways, all right. But Kean Burnett. Everybody said, oh, these guys are just, they don't know what they're talking about. Wrong. All right. Now, the offensive line also want to be able to take a step in yes, Ryan Mitchell says, sorry, Mike, you're not influencing my vote. Duh. And you're a smart person. I should never influence anybody's vote. Do you think there's...
I tried to get Janet to run for president. Was that 4 years ago?
Yeah. So my mom, and I'm not going to, my mom, this is kind of a funny story. Not getting too far off topic. My mom is very politically motivated. My mom actually writes letters out to prospective voters in states that haven't, where they haven't voted in a while. And I'm like, Mom, nobody is going to vote because you sent this. And she's like, it just takes a few people. And it's like, I don't think that's going to be the case. So anyways. Now, the offensive line. Oh, look at this underbite. We are a pooch friendly show on this.
Look Look at that.
That is amazing. All right. So the offensive line got to be able to take handwritten, Andy, handwritten notes from my mother, handwritten letters.
Best.
Yes. It's ridiculous, but whatever. So the offensive line, I think that we've got, like I said, we've got our group. We've got Jonah Savianaya, as Justin calls him. By the way, Justin's great with the pronunciations. We got Jonah, we've got the Deuce Boost, we've got Rhino, we've got Wendell Moy, and we got Josh Baker. I am more than okay with that offensive line. Honestly, I think that's got a lot of potential, and honestly, I don't think there's any real weak link there.
Yeah, Baber said they were still kind of rotating at guard, but I hope not.
Right.
I think Deuce should very clearly
don't rotate.
Yeah, this is the O-line. That's just what it comes down to, and I like it. It's clearly the best O-line that is available. Leif isn't available. I think Deuce is very clearly, the second best option at that position. I like the stability of the offensive line, and this is the first time all season, I believe, that Arizona is going to start the same O-line in consecutive games. That's a big deal, and they should play very well on Saturday.
Yeah, so that's, again, I look for them to be, and I want them to be able to force it. And again, we talked about this before. The Deuce Boost is the Deuce Boost. Yeah, I like the Deuce Boost. But this offense needed to be a top 15 offense in the country. It just does. We said it before the year, Sheer. We cannot back away. Now,
I agree with you. I don't see any way. I don't really see any way based on the way they call plays. Let me say that.
Right.
They're efficient.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, they're not throwing the ball 40 times a game. Like Texas Tech averages 42 points a game.
All right. Fair enough. Let me rephrase. This needs to look like an offense that can score when they want to score.
Okay, yeah.
I know that sounds really stupid, but this needs to be an offense that scores when it wants to score. That's kind of where I'm at with this. It was not that way against Utah, but it was significantly better than it was against Kansas State, where it felt like this team can't score.
I thought the game against Utah was kind of fake. Like, I feel like if Arizona played that offense against, like, I don't know, Kansas State or whoever, well, like, it would have been more points. Like, 23 points on the road at Utah to me is like 35 against a normal team.
By the way, I had to get on the prodigious Kevin Thomas this week. Kevin Thomas is as smart as we are on this show. I felt bad because Kevin Thomas hops into the show and asks us questions. Kevin Thomas, you are every bit as smart, probably smarter than us, because you put all this stuff together. No more questions from Kevin Thomas. Comments, takes. Kevin Thomas, I see you wanting to put a take in right now.
Well, I'm still going to ask you guys some good questions because you guys are the Arizona Wildcats. But I just wanted to hop in and show my love for the Deuce Boost. He hopped in and followed me on Twitter, so we gotta love the Deuce Boost now. We have to absolutely back the Deuce.
Followed you on Twitter?
He did.
Wow.
Indeed. He did.
I don't think he follows me.
I don't even know how he found me.
What if he doesn't follow either of us? It would make sense though.
No, this is
Deuce follows me. Deuce follows me.
All right. Well, let me see. All right, Kevin Thomas, though, what is your take on this game?
Yeah.
I
mean, I want to get my take on the offense specifically. You were talking about, how they need to look like they can score whenever they want. I'm not as concerned about that. I'm more concerned, like, from my perspective as a fan watching them. I would like to believe that if we need a touchdown, we can get a touchdown. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is right now not the space that I'm in. I feel like if we're in a one-score game, I'm nervous. Not because it's a one-score game, but because I don't know if we can go get that when we need to get that one score. But yeah, that's where I think I'm at with the offense.
At that point as well. I want to feel comfortable. I think that's a great way of putting it. I want to feel comfortable that, guess what? If Arizona's in a tie game with 6 minutes left, that guess what? We're probably going down to score. I think that's a good way of putting it. Kevin Thomas literally put that more succinctly and more articulately than we did in the first 19 minutes and 48 seconds of this show. I mean, that's what
it's funny because it's true.
But no, but I think it's exactly right, though. I think that you've got to be able to put you got to be able to score when you need to score. And let's be honest, against NAU and Kansas State, it looked like me throwing to Jason Shear with the prodigious Kevin Thomas blocking. I mean,
and calling plays. It looked like all three of us trying to call plays for a Power 5 offense, which is
it was gross. But this was much better. So again, we need to be able to see that. And honestly, I think with Matt Atkins, it's going to be interesting. You got your second game calling plays. I would look for improvement. I mean, it's his first game. He's probably worked a little bit of things out. I think there is an upward mobility with him that Dino Babers just certainly did not possess.
Yeah. Not to cut off the great Jason Shear here, but I in relation to Matt Adkins, I feel like, I want to see this weekend us be able to scheme T-Mac open. I want to see this weekend us not rely on T-Mac to go out and make a one-handed catch with a guy draped on his other arm.
Right.
I want to see him get schemed open. I want to see what Matt Adkins can do with T-Mac.
Instead of throwing him open, scheming him open. How about that? That's where Kevin Thomas was going with right there, the prodigious Kevin Thomas. Also, Kevin Thomas, since you're in here, I got to do a public service announcement here.
What's
so
up?
We're
What's
doing
up?
this new thing now, and Jacob Franklin's getting on me, so I got to be better at it. Although I was much better at it last show, he said. So here's the deal: when I tease a read, I've got to stop for 2 seconds because when it goes on to I don't know, something that Jacob Franklin does.
TV, Mike, TV.
Yeah, when it goes on
We're
TV.
big time.
Oh, I'm on TV.
Big time.
So I've got to do the tease, stop for 2 seconds, and then do the read. So when there is this 2 second pause, you might say, Mike, what's going on with you? That's why. So again, that's what we're going to do. Guess what we're going to do right now, though, Kevin Thomas?
What are we going to do, Mike?
We are going to try one of these here in about 10 seconds. We are going to get this so well done this first time, even though it's probably not the freshest transition. But Kevin Thomas and Jason Shearer, on the other side of this, we are going to talk about the defense. But first, let's talk some branded bills.
Yes.
Bills. We did it. Yes,
Let's talk about branded bills, Mike. Let's talk about these branded bills.
These branded bills. These things are absolutely astounding. Now, you might see Anthony Totri in the chat, and you're like, that guy always trolling U of A people. Well, he doesn't have a branded bills probably because he is not cool enough for a branded bills. Teams coming off a loss do not get branded bills. Jason Shearer, you know someone with branded bills.
I do. I'm actually ordering some. We're going to have Wildcat Authority branded bills. I got to finish the logo this weekend, and I'm going to order them. It'll take a couple weeks, but we're going to get them in. I'm excited.
You should put code word PHNX and see if you save 20%.
I might hit them up in the email, but yeah, it's, you know what? And I will give them credit here too. When I sent in the email, I just thought they'd send me back like one design. There's literally like 15 different hats we can order. It's wild.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Oh, we're going to get to Totri here in a second. But first, head to brandedbills.com and use code PHNX for 20% off your first order branded bills. Now, Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Everybody, I shouldn't even have to tell you at this point. Come on. Shearer, get in there. Kevin Thomas, hop back in. It is time for the wave. Look at, Kevin Thomas is so good. Mine looks like I've got like a bad case of sciatica or something as I'm trying to swim. And then but then the ripple. That is it, though. Gila River Resorts and Casinos. A fun and immersive experience. You might see Totri there with the perfectly coiffed hair going around saying, man, I'm not as tall as Mike Luke. That is a bummer for me. Well, if you are, Anthony Totri. But guess what? We can both have a fun and immersive time at the Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Again, you will thank me later. We have seen it. Everybody out there, do the wave. And Erica L. Day, you've got to put the wave in here. You have got to actually do the wave. If you don't do the wave, then it is not, you can't just write it in. You got to do that. So again, check it out. Gila River Resorts and Casinos achieve legendary status, just like the prodigious Kevin Thomas. Okay, now let's get to the defense here. All right. But first, Anthony Totri, this guy. All right, Totri. Here we got a little bit of a bone to pick with our guy. Totri, you don't get to say after a loss when U of A fans are going at you, you don't get to say, I don't care about Arizona. You do care about Arizona. Take something from the big dog right here. When I lose, I say, all right, go ahead and have at it. Totri, no more disappearing. Totri, no more disappearing. You're better than this. All right. Sure, you would agree with this, correct? About Totri?
Correct. Absolutely. I'm glad someone told him.
Yes. Sure. Or Totri, you do care because there's about 10,000 hours of footage to indicate otherwise.
The worst thing someone that doesn't care or that cares can say is that they don't care. When you talk about how much you don't care, It just means you care.
And no more rent-free stuff either. When you say rent-free, that basically is saying, well, I lost, so, people are coming at me. This is sports, Totri. We will go at you. Totri does not have sunglasses. I have glasses, so we will poke you in the eyes, and it will hurt not as much as mine because I have glasses on, I think. Either way, that was stupid.
Yeah.
Just do the first
I don't know
thing.
what you were going for there, but
You know what I was saying. Now, let's talk about Arizona's defense, something that they probably have talked about on the PHNX Sun Devil show that you could catch at 1:30, by the way. Go in there and make it out. Arizona's defense. We need another step in the right direction. Now, there was some misinformation being thrown out by somebody around the U of A about, the coaches of the U of A, somebody with a coach with the U of A defense, but the head man, though, himself, Dwayne Aquina, has thrown down the gauntlet, and Dwayne Aquina, I think we're going to look for I look for Arizona to definitely build off that Utah game. Now, again, Texas Tech's got a better offense. I get it, but I need to be able to see improvement. I don't necessarily need to hold you to 13 points, but I need you to be able to keep you in the mid-20s. How about that?
This is a statement game. They're not going to hold Texas Tech to 13 points. If they do, that will be our unbearable marker of the week, right?
Yes.
Will be unbearable. But I just, their offense is too good. Mid-20s, I'm cool. Like 24 points. If they hold Tech to 24 points, they won that game, and their defense played well. And the key here is Texas Tech is the best offense Arizona's faced this year, and it's really not close.
It might be the best of the season.
Yeah, Taj Brooks is awesome. Morton is awesome. The receivers, Josh Kelly is really good. They have Conyers at tight end, who Tochi still knows and loves. They've got a ton of talent. If Arizona goes out there and holds Texas Tech to 24 points, I don't care about the yardage or whatever. That is a great performance and more than good enough to win this game.
We got to smack around one of our most loyal listeners, Andre Veras. Sorry, but if Tech doesn't score at least 20, then that's on Tech, not Arizona. That is not backing the A. It is about what the A does. It is not about what Tech does. And if the A takes care of business, so stupid. If the A takes care of business, then Arizona's in good shape.
The streets in Vegas, basically, if you do the over-under spread and all that, believe Arizona's going to win 35-28.
Yeah, and I'm totally
28 should be enough too.
Now,
really,
the prodigious Kevin Thomas has a graphic for us. We're coming with our predictions, Jason Shear. You cannot change your predictions because you already put the prediction out there. I said 35-27. Skier says, by the way, Kev, next one, though, you need to switch it to Skier, Skeer.
That's not my prediction, but I respect it.
You said that already on the show on Tuesday. That's literally.
Did I? Oh, well, on my it's the same thing. On the podcast, they said 35-28, so it's fine. It's still the same. Arizona's still winning.
Dude, like I said, well,
Arizona's winning by a touchdown. I like your score better.
Yes. Now, I think Ryan Mitchell, that's my goal. Keep them under 30 because if Arizona's got to score 30 points, that's where I'm 30 plus points. That's where I'm at. I need Arizona to score 30 plus points. If Arizona has them at 28, I feel that a win. Mugshot, though, going out of saying a 9-6 win for the Wildcats.
I'm really curious if Arizona tries to go the possession route. Do they do the 6-minute drive possession route?
Just score.
I'm going to be interested.
Yeah, just score. Just score. Don't outthink yourself. We don't need the Dino Babers stuff where we try to, guess what? We're going to have a 13-minute drive.
What if Arizona just whoops the crap out of Tech?
Oh, at that point, then we're going to be more unbearable than always. Also, something, too, that we have not addressed pretty much all week, and this is going to be a huge issue going forward.
I'm nervous.
Cheating.
Oh, I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't.
We haven't played Tech yet. We don't know what kind of cheating they have up their sleeves. We don't know what's going to happen. Guys, everybody out there, this is a group effort to watch for cheating. And, cheating can come in all shapes and sizes. So we got to watch this here, Sheer.
Mike, when I was in high school back in 2000, the year 2000, just right, back then, when we were watching basketball games and we were in the student section, every time someone on the other team would travel, we would point at them and scream cheater, right? We'd be cheat or cheat. Cheating has been rampant in sports.
It is.
I mean, and it's got to stop. Texas Tech is going to hold cheating. They're going to try to go off sides.
Cheating.
Pass interference is the most cheating you could have. You're literally cheating.
A personal foul, double cheating.
I mean, and it's going to be rampant. And I think us as a fan base, like we need to call that to the public's eyes and make sure they know this team is trying to cheat to win, and it won't be accepted.
Also, what we need to have too is people out there for a big play for Arizona. We have the whop, 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 whop. But we need to find something for cheating, though.
Kevin Thomas being born the year that I graduated high school is the most depressing thing I've heard all day.
You said that, and my face did this. I was like,
Osama bin Laden was living in the open when Kevin Thomas was when born. Seriously, he was doing interviews with CNN. I kid you not.
That's quite the comparison. I feel like of all things you could have said, that was the one. Like,
you know,
that's how famous Agora High is now. Like back in my day, Mike, you know, like Todd Stussy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he went to Agora High. Now it's just the whole Diefenbach family just runs wild on that high school.
By the way, Kevin Thomas, at some point we need to get these highlights in there.
Yeah.
Look here, Mike. All right, this needs to be a powwow between you and the Diefenbachs.
What's the worst that can happen?
What's the worst that can happen? Yeah, exactly.
You're too valuable.
Well, I'm not the guy to talk to about this issue. We know this.
T-Burns 826 says, when I think bin Laden, I now think Kevin Thomas.
Do you guys know those memes where it's like someone unfortunately passes away on a date and then someone is fortunately born on that date and they're like, welcome back, so-and-so. Let's not do that with me and that guy. Let's not.
Oh, all right, yeah, fair enough.
Let's not.
Kev, you have very simple requests. That's more than it. Okay, now Joseph says, who's more powerful, Brady Diefenbach's parents or Shane's opinion?
Ooh, you know what? You say it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, listen, it's going to happen one way or the other. We will break his will. Okay, defensively, though, I would not expect to see Trayden Stukes. I think you're going to see Marquise Groves Killebrew. He's back. Tacario Davis. He's back. Curious what I don't want to go there. What else? Let's see.
I think Chuba is probably out from what I've heard.
Well, yeah, but you want to put Chuba in before Isaiah Johnson. So again, I mean, you're past that. So that's kind of what. But I expect the defense to actually, again, they're going to give up points. But I'm cautiously optimistic on the defense, Skier.
Yeah, why not Arizona? Look,
yeah.
And I'm very curious. The game plan for Utah, it was executed really well. But at the end of the day, it's pretty straightforward, right? You want to make Isaac Wilson a thrower. You trust that you're, blah blah blah. Texas Tech is tough. Do you blitz them? If you blitz them and they pick up that blitz, you're in trouble. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be very interesting. I don't know if we see the dollar for the first time all year because Stukes is out. It's hard to play with it. It's going to be very interesting.
All right, now Andre Veras, the great Andre Veras. More Isaiah Johnson, not less. Yes. That's what we're going to get to basketball here in just a few minutes. So Sheer, before then, let's get our predictions in again, just so people know. Again, you're going to want to take these to the bank. And then we're going to get the rooting guide, and then we're going to transition over to some Arizona basketball. All right.
I got to see if the spread has moved.
Okay. I got Arizona 35-27. Shears got Arizona 38-31. That's where we are at this point.
We both like Arizona to cover. It's 6.5 right now.
Yeah, I'll take either one of those. A win is a win is a win. I don't care if we win 2-0. A win is a win is a win. Now, Kevin Thomas, if we could get to the rooting guide here, this would be, again, we got a pretty simple week this week. All right. We're all Jayhawk fans this week. And Kev, if you could message me that would be great so I can put it out later. If you're by the way, what's going on in that Utah picture?
We can't talk about it on the show.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Either way, I like it. We
just texted me. He loves that
Kansas to beat We need Kansas to beat Arizona State. This is the game. This feels like a get-right game here, Jason Shearer. We need that to happen.
Yeah, look, I don't want to say rock chalk Jayhawk, but I'm going to say rock chalk Jayhawk. They've been awful this year, so it'd be really funny if they won.
By the way, Jason Shearer has a very close relationship with Jay.
Look, I don't want to talk about it. It's a little personal, but yes, we bonded.
I've got to send this to Kevin Thomas, though. I should have done this before the
Shelby
show.
actually brought up Jay earlier this week, and she goes, it's a shame we're not playing Kansas. You and Jay have a special relationship.
No,
and I said, right.
So here's what happened. We were at the Big 12 Media Day, and Jay immediately, there was a lot of people there, and Jay sought out Sheer. Not anybody else. He sought out Sheer. And I thought that was that was quite frankly somewhat humbling.
Yeah, and just Jay took over the room. The other mascots kind of hung out on their own and all that, but not Jay. Jay was a woman or man of the people. And this was little Jay, Mike. There's little Jay and big Jay. This was little Jay.
Oh, by the way, when was Big 12 Media Day? So I can find this when this was, because I've got the picture and I'm going to send it to the prodigious Kevin Thomas from Jay.
July, June,
July. Hold on, this is excellent live on air. I should have done this.
July 9th.
July 9th. Okay, cool. July 9th, we're going to find this picture. You got to see this. If I were Jay, or if I were Sheer's wife, I would be, Jay, where is Jay?
She's absolutely jealous.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to send it. I've got a couple pictures of Jay already. I'm sending these to Kevin Thomas right now. You got to be, this is very much of a time and a place thing with Jay. Kevin Thomas, you're back in the chat.
I am. While you're looking for that picture, I figured I would ask Sheer. Andre Veras has another question in the chat, but people have been talking about defensive interception predictions. Do you have any, Sheer?
Usually the way Texans, Dalton Johnson interception.
Wow. There you go. There you have it, chat. Dalton Johnson interception. While Mike looks for this photo. Sheer, we can also.
Quarterback only has 2 picks, and they were both in the road game to Wazoo. So he doesn't throw many interceptions the way it is. Erica, pick 6, 47 exclamation marks.
I don't know why I can't find this picture of Sheer and Jay, but I found one of here at Jason Sheer and Jay. Okay. It should be in there. But anyways, all right. So now rooting guide. Back to the rooting guide though. Also, so Utah, I don't know what's going on there, but they obviously need a week to recover. Then you've got Michigan and Washington. This is a pick'em game. We are all Wolverine fans in this game, Sheer. This has to be one where we get this dub. The line worries me a little bit here.
Why?
Because it's a pick'em game.
Which one is a pick'em game?
Michigan? Michigan, Washington. That worries me a little bit.
Washington was a favorite for most of the week. It's hard to win on the road, but I don't really care. It's going to be, I think, honestly, Jed's going to do something stupid and try to throw the ball around and all. Michigan's offense is just terrible, though.
Yes, it is. It's terrible.
Arizona right now could beat Michigan.
All right, so Roy Samuelson in here. Roy dumped the Sun part of his name, and he's now just Roy Samuel. 2 first names. Very, very good work. We appreciate that. That is your rooting guide, and obviously you've got Arizona. We need Arizona.
I've got a lot more than that, Mike, but
those are the ones that we got to be able to. I think we got to keep it. We got to keep it close to the vest here. Okay, now you might say, Mike, what's going on next? This is also called a tease coming up here because I'm about to pause here for 2 seconds, and then we are going to get to a little bit of Arizona basketball. But first, 2-second pause. All right, that was good. All right. Now, you might say, Erica L. Day, she always is with a neutral. She is with a neutral. And again, she is cool. Now, Jason Sheer, not cool. That's why you never see him with a neutral. Mike Luke, somewhat cool at times. But with a neutral, though, much, much cooler. Again, check it out. Neutral, just like Kevin Thomas, based out of Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. Keep it tasty. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch Neutral at flavored vodka carbonation. St. Louis, Missouri. All kinds of really, really good stuff. And again, you would thank me later on this one. T. Burns, I'll get to that one in just a second. Also, besides just neutral, Circle K. One thing that we know about Texas is that Texas has a ton of Circle K. A ton of Circle K. Again, when you see Circle Ks, you're probably like, man, those things in Texas. That is one thing about Texas that I'm very jealous of, and they've got a ton of them there. Circle K. Enjoy your member-exclusive beverage deal. Inner Circle members like you could get any size Polar Pop or Froster for just 79 cents. Join Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. Sheer, when was the last time you went to Circle K? Oh, look at that.
Yesterday, actually. I went yesterday to get gas. I only go to Circle K to get gas down because of the Inner Circle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, duh, as you should. And to get some NUTRL. And to get some NUTRL where you're at it as well. Oh, very, very good. So again, check it out. Circle K. Be like Erica L. Day and be part of the Inner Circle. Okay, now, we think it's just a lot of Arizona basketball, but there was a Borat reference in here. Borat, one of my favorite, Borat and Dumb and Dumber, I can quote every single line. So I'm going back up here. Hold on here. I'm going back up here. There was a comment here. Would have been better if he actually said pause like Borat. Yeah, so there's this part in Borat where he's trying to teach him these jokes. This comedian guy is trying to teach Borat jokes. And he says, all right, well, here's a not joke. And he says, like when you're like, oh yeah, I'm going here. Not. And then, then Borat says, he's like, well, just try it. And Borat says, I am not going here. And then he's like, well, no, you got to say it at the end. And then he says, what does he say? He says, okay, and then he says, I'm going here, not. And then he says, no, there needs to be a pause. I am going here, pause, not. And then Borat says, I am going here, pause, not. And the guy's like, oh gosh, anyways, that probably fell a little flat, but it still makes me laugh. And that's really all I care about here. So again, Borat references. Arizona basketball is here. Now, when it comes to Arizona basketball, Sheer, let's talk about recruiting first. Let's talk about the visitors. Koa Peat. This is I had somebody FaceTime me, and yeah, the ADHD is firing on this Friday. It's all over the place. But I had somebody FaceTime me telling me to go on your board, Sheer, and say, no, we need Burries and a Peat. There will not be one of the two. Look at Koa Peat right here. Arizona needs to get Koa Peat, period, point blank. He's going to be in town. Sheer, I would assume you're going to be in on the recruiting visit. Where are you guys going?
Yeah, he's the only official visitor, so they can do a lot more with him than they can otherwise. He's going to have a very fun weekend. I assume he'll be at that Gentle Ben's thing after the game, and he'll be at the game.
Is he going to be there?
Well, yeah, that's why he's going, from what I understand. He'll be at the football game tomorrow. Maybe Brennan will give his cousin a carry or something and think that can land him. Stuff like that. But yeah, he's gonna have a very enjoyable weekend.
That was a cheap shot at Dilly. Very funny.
No, I love Dilly, but yeah, he's gonna have a very fun weekend. It's gonna be interesting. His Baylor and Duke visits were both pushed back. One, I think they're trying to see other guys, like Duke's probably gonna wait for boozers and have them decide and all that. And two, I think they're really seeing the vibe after Pete visits Arizona. We're going to know a lot after this weekend, I think.
We're going to know a lot after this weekend. It would be very nice to be able to get a commitment. Certainly not counting on it or anything, but Arizona's got a real opportunity here. They need to be able to capitalize on that one. Brayden Burries as well, the same person who FaceTimed me while I was driving. Good thing that I actually made it home. He also said, we need Brayden Burries. And so, both of them. Sheer, we need both of them. And if you get both of them, then guess what? Everybody is off Tommy Lloyd's back.
For some reason, Arizona fans have started to separate the two, saying like, which one do you want the most? Arizona wants both.
Can you imagine posting that on your board?
Yeah, just whoever posted that. I think someone did, but just ridiculous. Arizona can get both. I want to make that very clear. Arizona can get both. It is not a one or the other type of situation. They're in, and they're very much in the thick of things for both guys.
All right, now it's going to be interesting to see if Elijah Arenas shows up. There's conflicting reports on this one. Would very much like Elijah Arenas to show up to this game.
You just never know with Gil, right? Like Gil tells everyone he's coming, right? If he shows up, he's probably going to show up with Elijah. But it's the type of thing where I won't believe that Gil is coming until I see him in McHale.
Same thing here. Now, who else do we have on campus here?
There's a bunch of guys I can't post until noon, but Jason Gardner Jr. will be at the game.
He's good.
And there's a bunch of, basically, I'll just say this: take the best in-state players in the next 2-3 years, and they will be on campus.
Interesting. Do you think they're ready to go against Jackson Reed Francois on practice?
It's going to be interesting, Mike. It's going to be interesting.
I don't know that that's something that they're going to be ready for. Might be a little bit of a sneak. Now, but again, Koa Peat, you got to get him. You got to get him. That's kind of where I'm at with this. You've got to get him.
I would go as far as to say I'm not sure Arizona, maybe you could correct me, has prioritized a recruit under Tommy Lloyd as much as it has Koa Peat.
No, they haven't. They haven't. Maybe Dylan Anderson, but other than that, you know, it.
What I have to think? Like, I don't know. I really don't think they have.
Here's a question for you. Now they're not ready for all the Jackson Reed Francois smoke. No one is, correct, man. Let me ask you this though, Sheer.
Yes.
Will Koa Peat be you now listen, you think Cody Williams is terrible. You didn't believe he'd make the NBA.
I nailed that Cody Williams eval. He was terrible at Colorado. Nailed
now,
it.
let me ask you this year. Do you think Koa Peat will be a top 10 pick like Cody Williams was this past year?
No, I don't. Well, maybe. I think he's
wow. So wait a second. Why would Cody Williams be picked ahead of Koa Peat?
Because he's built differently. Like long and athletic. Koa Peat's build is weird. I think Koa Peat will be a significantly better college player than Cody Williams.
Yeah, but Cody Williams stinks though.
Yeah, he did stink.
Yes.
He didn't do anything at Colorado.
So why was he a top 10 pick?
I don't know. You can't do that. That's not how these things go.
I can't. I just did it.
Mike, I can give you a random French dude that was a top 5 pick, and you never heard of a guy in your life. Come on.
Also, this is also a massive, massive put down to Cody Williams' father.
Well, that's different.
Cody Williams' father is one of those people, when you just sit next to him, you feel history, you feel gravitational pull. This is true.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
that dude controls the room when he enters it. Either way, Koa Peat, you got to be able to get.
I have more respect for a man than I have Cody Williams' father,
and we've never even talked to him.
Yeah,
that's
I'm too intimidated.
All right, now let me ask you this. Okay, if it's Skier, not Sheer, Andre. If Skier was forced to choose between one, who do you want more? More again?
No,
do it.
Burries. I would choose Burries.
Me too. But I also hate that one because of the in-state factor.
Yeah, it's tough, but an elite point guard changes a lot of things.
Yes. Now,
I love Kayden Bradley, and I think he's really good, but I want to see Tommy with an elite point guard.
Yep, exactly. Oh, now again, you've been a Jaden Bradley denier. Jaden Bradley is going to make you look.
No, I think Jaden Bradley's good, but like, who are the point guards before Jaden Bradley? Like, I want to see what he can do with an elite high school point guard. You know what I mean?
Well, Jaden Bradley was an elite high school. Kylan Boswell, elite level high school point guard. Come on.
Yeah.
You're not.
They sent him to Media Day. That's a weird choice.
They put him on Media Day.
Illinois sent him to Big Ten Media Day.
You know what's weird about Kylan Boswell? I wish him well, but man, there is no player that I was more happy to just see leave.
Yeah.
Like that's.
I don't dislike Kylan Boswell, the kid, but. Yeah.
But man, there was just so much there that it was just like, again, I wish him well though. All right, now let's get to what we want to see on the court. Everybody out there, we're telling you again, I have not seen it, so I cannot confirm. But man, the staff loves Tobe Awaka. I mean, Awaka Flocka. That's somebody to certainly keep an eye on.
Yeah, they love him. Big, physical. KJ Lewis was talking about how tough he is. A little different than Arizona's had in the past, in a good way. Will not be pushed around by anyone. Very strong.
By the way, Meisner asked a great question. I apologize, Meisner. Is there a Big 12 Media Day?
Yeah, we got the credentials in Kansas City. Let me look it up the day. It is. I don't know. No, I don't know. It is. I got to look it up. But yes, there is.
Kevin WN has a great one. Whenever Tobe Awaka has a good play, walk. That would be very, very good. And Kobe says, are all in agreement, Kerr, Boswell? No, I don't want either one of them. No.
October 23rd, Mike.
Are you going?
No. It's in Kansas City.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm not going. Now let's see here. Let's all right, so who else then? Caleb Love. Now listen, I know that Caleb Love is kind of a lightning rod for a lot of people. I've been very clear on what I want to see about Caleb Love. More attacking the basket. Period, point blank. I want 6 free throws per game. 6 free throws per game, period, point blank. No one-legged running 3-point air balls and then following it up with another one. None of those.
I am very curious to see what these conversations Tommy and Caleb have had are about, because Tommy has asked him to change his game a little bit, and I'm very curious to see what that looks like. He wouldn't tell us or give us details. My guess is part of it is what you said, be more aggressive towards the basket, but I'm very curious to see what that looks like.
Yes. Now, everybody hit the like. Well, by the way, we've been doing a lot better on likes ever since June Thomas started reminding me about the likes. So again, this is very much of a thing. I wonder who's the only Wildcat since Iguodala to have. I don't know. I also don't know the only point guard to shoot like 34% from the field since Iguodala as well. So no thanks. I don't want him. I know where you're going with that, Joseph, and I don't like it. Now, let's talk about Jaden Bradley. This is going to be an interesting one for you and I to follow this year, Sheer. I am much more bullish on Jaden Bradley than you are. Much more. Oh, this is true.
Oh, yeah, your numbers are wild. That's why.
No,
I like Jaden Bradley. I just thought these 17 points, 8 assists, 14 rebounds, 67% from the field, you said was a little much.
Are you done?
No, you also said he'd hit 90% from the line and 52% from 3. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, first.
I think he's good. I've never said Jaden Bradley isn't good.
Yeah, nope. Yeah, Jaden Bradley is going. Here's what Jaden Bradley is going to be doing this year, folks. 12 to 13 points, 4 to 5 assists, all Big 12 defense, and he's going to start getting Jamal Shed comparisons. That's where I am at with him. Sheer does not like Jaden Bradley. Sheer always wanted to have Kylan Boswell start last year. Sheer looks silly.
You cut those numbers in half from the last time we talked.
What? I said he was going to average 24 points a game?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. You said he was better than Jamal Shed. He's not.
I never said
Jaden, but Jamal Shed was a beast.
I never said he was better than Jamal Shed. You're full of
No, you definitely have said before he will be better than Jamal Shed. Or on the same plane.
I said I don't see why he can't be Jamal Shed. Yes.
He would have to be like the best look, I like Jaden Bradley. I think 12-4, 12-5 is perfect. I'm proud of you.
And all Big 12 defense, first team.
That's tough. There's a lot of good defenders in the conference.
Yeah. No, you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out the hard way about this one. You're gonna find out.
I hope so.
Yeah. Same with KJ Lewis. KJ Lewis still laughing at you.
KJ Lewis looked bigger when I saw him yesterday.
Oh, by the way, is he trying to get into a sorority? Is he trying to, what was the fraternity thing?
Oh, it's like a date thing. So like you bid on a date with him.
Oh, Erica L. Day should get in.
Erica is the leader right now. $10,000 for Erica to spend one night with KJ Lewis.
Right. Oh, by the way, Kevin WN. Thank you, Kevin WN. We need this. He says, I'm standing up for Mike. He said, why can't he be Shed? Period, point blank. I don't see why he can't be Shed.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. We're gonna
what do you want to forget?
You're going to lose this one the hard way. Also, somebody that the staff loves, Anthony Del Orso.
Yeah, they like him. They like him. Everyone's speaking very highly of him. They like him quite a bit.
They like him a lot. He is going to get a lot of playing time. This isn't the roster filler type that that some of the times we've come in. Although Tommy's been really good about bringing in. It's
very interesting. I think it was Jaden. I don't remember, but he said the one thing that really sticks out about Del Orso is you cannot speed him up. It's a very European thing. Like they're very hard to speed up as players. And is
he from Europe originally?
Yeah, he's from
Italy.
Yeah, I don't remember. Is he Australian?
I don't know, but
he is. He's absolutely not from. I'm going to look this up right now.
But it certainly is
American. He's not American. He was. Yeah. He's Australian.
All right. Well,
all of a sudden, Mike doesn't like him.
What's that?
All of a sudden, you don't like him.
No, I do like him. Also, one thing that I might be a little bit wrong about is Carter Bryant maybe being a one and done now.
Yeah, he's been good. He's been very good.
Really good. He's been really, really, really good. So I'd love to get 2 years out of him, but possibly enjoy him just now while he's here.
Yeah.
I mean, Feels like a solemn moment. Okay.
That was really my all of a sudden yelling, yes.
Oh, by the way, we got to talk about something with Kobe L. Thiel. I was smacking Kobe around on Twitter yesterday. He does not believe, and this is off Arizona topic, but it's Tucson based. Tyler Allgeier.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I'm the one that started that conversation with you, Mike. Right. Why are you giving it's third and whatever? You need 10 yards and you're giving it to Tyson Allgeier. Like, what are we doing?
Yes. And again, and the great thing about it too is here's the thing. When one guy averages like 4.7 yards per carry and the other one averages 3.6 last year, and then it was funny. And then Kobe L. Thiel says, oh, and then he tries to come at me with the, well, look at Kedrick Rusano's yards per carry as Quali Kame. He should get more. Well, dude, guess what? If they both carried the ball 200 times and one guy was averaging 10 yards per carry and the other was 6, that's cool, dude. I would agree with you. But again,
situations. What is the situation for Tyson Allgeier? What situation was there?
Yeah, what situation? So we can go in there and average. No thanks, dude.
Get this guy out of here.
Yeah, get this guy out of here. Boot him. But yes, that's where we should also do when we got to get somebody out of the chat. But no, Tyler Allgeier and Bijan Robinson. One is not like the other. Risano. I said Risano.
Yeah, it's Risano.
Yeah,
I've been trying to get Mike to say that for months.
Oh, that's
he's all like Risano. Get out of here.
No, that is not true at all. Anyways, Bijan Robinson. If you've got a running back that Allgeier is a faster back,
what?
No, he's not, dude. Allgeier is a 5th round pick out of BYU, dude. He's just not, man.
Dude, Allgeier run a 4.6 at the combine. What is this guy talking about?
Kobe, I don't know.
John Robinson ran a 4.47 and Allgeier ran a 4.62. That's a big. Come on.
Hey, you know what? They not like us. Boom.
Erica, control your man. This is getting out of here.
Control your man, Erica. So that's where it is. Control your man. So anyways, back to Arizona. Oh, we had a couple Arizona football questions as well. I do apologize. There was one up here that said yes. Let's see. We do the injury report is very good for Arizona. They have tons of guys hurt. But yeah, I feel pretty good about the injuries right now at this point in the season. I thought there was a two-parted question up here. Maybe there wasn't. If there was, put it right back out here again. But Sheer, I need an Arizona victory. I need a red-blue game to be fun, and then I'll be signing autographs at Gentle Ben's afterwards. Hopefully we can get Erica L. Day in there. Not sure that we can. Oh, by the way, you want to hear something crazy? So I called Erica L. Day this morning, and I was like, this would be a great network opportunity for you. And guess what she said?
What did she say, Michael?
The WNBA playoffs are on tonight.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even know this was still going. Those are still going on.
Yeah, dude. They're like, Erica.
It's so bad. Like, Thomas, if you had a great chance to, go to something where you could meet a lot of people, or the MNBA was on,
the MNBA is over. The playoffs is over by that time.
Right. Kevin, speak some truth to power. Come on.
I don't know why you're setting me up for this. I also produce our Mercury pod. I like the WNBA.
What about the MNBA? Are you a bigger fan of the MNBA or the WNBA?
If I'm just being honest, I think I'm a bigger fan of the MNBA, but I don't really separate it like that mentally. You know, it's just basketball to me. But
okay, fair enough. But would you, if there was a great networking opportunity for you, though, would you miss a WNBA playoff game for that? Probably would.
Honestly, depends on the matchup. These are some pretty good matchups we're getting, but
matchup.
Erica's making an excuse too, because the event starts at 9.
The matchup.
Yeah, the matchups. Sports are about matchups.
Erica had Brielle screaming. We went to Chili's the other night for dinner, and Brielle was out here screaming at WNBA guys, and it was like
WNBA guys.
Yeah, WNBA guys. I don't discriminate.
Well, either way, I'm just saying Erica L. Day. Plus, she's great. Every time she answers the phone in the morning, this is how she sounds. Oh. And I was like, what just happened to you? And then she's like, I'm just waking up. That's how she always sounds. It's terrible.
What's crazy is that's at 11 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. Is there no? All right, now Brian Blackmore. Also, Brian Blackmore. Brian Blackmore is one of the most important people in our chat. Brian Blackmore, the great Brian Blackmore. Fellas, we just used Game Time at iHeart this morning to buy clients NLDS tickets for tomorrow. Always cheaper than competitors, lower fees than StubHub, AXS, Ticketmaster. What? Dude, heck yeah, Brian Blackmore. That's what. Listen, Sheer. There's a reason that I am sitting in my guest room and that you are having a dog barking in the background, and Brian Blackmore is doing what he does. He is a smart man. Follow his lead. Okay. Now, also, Kayden Luke. This is what I wanted to end with.
Big Red, Mike. That's the nickname. Big Red.
I like Fam 2.0.
Brennan calls him Big Red.
All right. Fair enough. Either way, people call him what they want. But this guy is not bad. So when I put on the boards and they're like, oh, I don't want to see that guy out there. If you got to give him 4 to 5 carries, I'm okay with it, dude.
This is the week we're going to see the play. Kayden Luke in the flat, play action. This is the week. I need to see that play this week.
Touchdown. Wop. Okay. Now, so we did good work. Well, I don't know if we did good work here, but we did work.
Great work.
Kevin Thomas did great work. Hello, Kevin Thomas.
Pump the brakes, right? This is a big moment, okay? We're missing something huge, boys. We're missing something gigantic, all right? This is a big game, home game, must-win game, in-conference opponent against Texas Tech, right? We need all of you out there to pack the Arizona Stadium with all the fans back in the A possible, and the best way you can do that is to follow the stripe out. All right. Now we know that Arizona has not really been marketing itself the best, and that's why Mike, Jason, and I are here. Right. That's why we're here.
That's where yes, exactly. That is what this is a team effort. I would have never remembered this in a million years. Kevin Thomas is the man. That's why we appreciate it. Stripe out. I will be there. I will be there with my lovely lady friend, hanging out in the stands, doing a little bit of tailgating as well. I'm very cool.
With some neutrals.
Maybe Kobe or Erica L. Thiel and Kobe L. Thiel will be there as well. I don't know. It'll be a lot of fun, though. So, again, also, Pacifico Light says Kayden Luke is the culture leader on this team. That's done. For the next 4, hey, can we get a graphic on that culture leader? And, like, whenever, and we just evaluate, like, one carry he gets per game. And
like about a power ranking for, like, locker room vibes?
Yeah, exactly. Like the culture leader and stuff.
I could get in the kitchen and start cooking. We'll see.
Very what a scrumptious dish.
Oh yeah, all the time, scrumptious all the time. We know this. Everything I make is scrumptious. We know that. Also, we're gonna get to see some new helmets again for Arizona this weekend. I don't know if you saw this on Twitter, either of you guys, but we have new helmets this weekend. Military appreciation helmets, back in the Stars and Stripes, back in the A. That's what we do best.
Literally back in the A and the country.
Yes, exactly. The U.S. of A. Yes, Sheer. Yes,
absolutely.
That exact thing. Correct.
It's real simple. You don't root for Arizona. You don't root for America.
No, exactly. Did I ever tell you about when the military recruiters tried to keep getting me to join the military when I was in high school?
I mean, look at you. Do you blame them?
First of all, I would be terrible. I would be the last person I would want on the front line. Literally the last one. So this guy was funny. This was in, 2004 or 5. And this military recruiter kept coming up to me. I mean, he saw the imposing physique. And he says, he's like, have you thought about joining the military? And I'm like, no. And then he's like, well, why not? And then he says, and then he goes, he says, well, there's a lot of good stuff that you can do. And I'm like, no, there's a war going on in Iraq. No, thanks. I'm good. Pass. And then he's like, oh, no, that's not really, you'll probably get to Germany and Japan. And so I told him, I was like, wait a second. So you could guarantee me that I would not go to Iraq. And then he says, and he goes, And I said, because if you can guarantee me this and you have a contract that I will not have to ever be in harm's way, you might have my attention. And then guess what? He stopped bothering me after that. But no, I would be absolutely terrible on the front.
I'll go to battle with you any day, Mike.
Right. Yeah. So there it is. And I would be deemed unqualified. You're very true, Joseph. Okay. On that note, though, we are signing off. We'll be back tomorrow on the post-game show. But Jason Scheer, where can they? Oh, Mike, you could have taken down Bin Laden. Oh, yeah. SEAL Team 6 was literally my probably the missed calling for me. We agree.
SEAL Team WAP.
Can you imagine me hopping out of like a fighter jet and
is that the noise you make when you jump out of a fighter jet?
And then I would just go whop 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 as I'm banging down the door. Whop whop.
Crash Bin Laden and be like, "What the hell is this?"
Bin Laden's like, just get me out of here, man. We've gotten so many Bin Laden references on this show today. It's awful.
Oh my gosh.
Either way, sure.
WildcatAuthority.com, Wildcat Scoop podcast with Shelby and leading the Jeremiah Patterson fan club as he goes off tomorrow.
It is happening. We will take a no. And again, even if he doesn't do anything, we will spin it into that he did something.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Either way, I have never gotten out of a fighter jet, and I will not. Also, no better time to come PHNX Die Hard. Wop, 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 wop. You've got, you can become Die Hard membership, free t-shirt of your choice from the locker, access to all our premium written content, entrance to the Discord lounge, and discounts on all events, and access to the great and prodigious Kevin Thomas.
We forgot one thing, Mike, before we close. Happy birthday to the tight end whisperer, Ben One White.
Oh my gosh. Everybody out there, if you tweet at Ben One White today, Ben One White and, the great Dennis Walsh put it out there. He said, hopefully he takes a day off from analyzing tight ends. I hope that he does as well. Ben One White is the man. Erica Thiel, please message him right now and say that you are thinking about him. Everybody out, tweet at Ben One White. He is the man. We very much like Ben One White on this show. But on that note, for Jason Scheer, for the prodigious Kevin Thomas, I am merely Mike Luke. You've been listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast.
We all silly like the mayor.